Welcome back to Water Polo Wednesday with Wes and Clay. He's Wes.
And he's Clay.
Thank you so much for all your guys' support. Again, we started this because we love the sport, but we keep going because of your guys' feedback and encouragement of this platform. So thank you. If you're listeners on Spotify, please do follow. If you're on YouTube, please do subscribe. Hit that join button if you would like some exclusive access to consolidated statistics to drill into. Wesley, once again, you had another big weekend.
Yeah.
Would love to hear a little bit about it.
Oh, okay. Little off
Yes, I do
script
care
here.
about you. Yes, I do care about you, Wes. A lot of people care about you, Wes.
Very kind. Amazing weekend. Incredible weekend.
Where were you?
Well, I was at Air Force Academy at the Cadet Natatorium in Colorado Springs. We broke all viewership records. It was amazing. We had so much fun. My co-host Pat Donlin was awesome. He was outstanding. A lot of gratitude for the West Coast Conference for having me. The feedback was so overwhelming. It was just an overwhelmingly positive. It was so great. It was really amazing.
Overwhelming in a good way or
in a very good way.
Yeah,
The play, I thought the competition was tremendous. Start to finish. We got to see some really outstanding performances from guys, even in losses, from guys like Ricardo De Simone, who was really good. Daniel Visha was very good in his final season, and he is not a big guy, man. I'll tell you that for free. He gets a lot out of his frame. He really does, dude. He puts the ball away. I thought Michael Abshir, the CBU team, was special. Was sad, obviously, what they went through, some altitude sickness, but it's part of the challenge. It was a really amazing production and competitive weekend. Special thanks to the Air Force Academy, Ryan Brown, for the hosting. It was like everything was really incredible. The WCC, the West Coast Conference, was a great conference to work for. To be quite candid with you, was really, really well taken care of. They had everything thought out. Everything ran smoothly. I just can't say enough good things. The fans were amazing, from Pepperdine, from CBU, few San Jose State people there. Like, a lot of people came up and said hi to me. That was really cool. It was a really unbelievable experience. So just such a positive, filled with so much gratitude. Was exhausting. Was very tired last night. We certainly gave it our all.
Not immune to the altitude sickness.
Not immune to the altitude sickness. I tried to swim every day I was up there, Clay, and it was hard. It was exhausting, and I would, mind you, I'm only going 1,200 yards and passing with my playing with the ball for a little bit by myself before the teams got there and whatever else. So it was amazing, dude. It was amazing. You know how it feels, Clay. I mean, you get around these young men. Which they also sent me quite a few messages, the guys who played, and just so much gratitude, man. And it's so cool to be around just great athletes and stay involved in the sport. It's a way that our old bodies, our old minds can kind of stay with the sport.
They keep us young.
It does keep us young. And was really, again, very, very honored to be there. So, I can't say enough good things about the whole experience and the West Coast Conference team that had me, and it's just amazing. So
well, glad you're back in one piece. I'm sure the fam is happy to have you back.
Yeah.
And boy, were there, as you alluded to, some exciting matches.
Yeah.
We can get a little bit into the different conference results, because the WCC wasn't the only championship that occurred last weekend.
Yeah.
But while we're on the WCC,
sure.
Some big games, some things we predicted, some things we didn't. I think the things we'd largely call out would be, I mean, just looking at these two games, both of them were.
Yeah, these were,
if you have ESPN Plus, you can go back and watch a couple games. Watch them both.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Watching both these semis.
Pacific
For
has
those of you who are listening, we're looking at the semifinal
yeah.
bracketing between Pacific versus CBU, and on the other side, San Jose State versus Pepperdine.
Yeah, no. Pacific was the number 1 overall seed.
Again,
They got a bye. And they got handled by CBU. And CBU had to expend a lot of calories to do it, but they were a force. I think they were up like 6 at one point. It was dominant. I mean, and they got.
I'll pull it up in the background for myself.
Yeah, it was dominant.
What the largest gap was.
It was like CBU was. They brought the wood, man, and really nice job by them. Pacific just looked flat when they came out. I mean, it was close, I guess, early on. 2-2 or 3-3 after the first, I think, if memory serves.
Yeah, it was close. The Pacific might have been up like 3-2 or something like that.
Yeah.
Early.
But then CBU just turned the key. The engine started and away they went. Pepperdine, San Jose State, overtime.
Pepperdine leading the whole game.
The entire game till like, I want to say 43 seconds left in the game. And Shamu Birosh ties it up and sends it to overtime. And then Sam Keatley, who is the new god of the wind and sea, he was a man among men. I mean, just, dude, he is something else. I mean, what a special talent. And then, Brendan Japiash, just like 64% save percentage in the finals. So San Jose State beat Pepperdine in overtime, clawing all the way back. And then they beat CBU. And tragically, and this is never what you want in a final, I think San Jose State would even tell you this. CBU, 5 players couldn't play, including their starting goalie, Tanner McCreary, due to altitude sickness, is what I understood. They were looking green on that bench and in warmups and whatever else, which was really sad. They gave everything they had. I know Coach Rosa, Coach Lowry were proud of the boys. It was not for a lack of effort, and they hung as tough as they could. So congratulations, San Jose State. They take the automatic qualifier and move on to the NCAA tournament, which we will preview later on. But great job by them. Any closing remarks here for West Coast?
Yeah, just looking at it, the Pacific CBU game, Pacific was up 10-4.
No, CBU was up 10-4.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, words. CBU was up
no chance
10-4, and then like 11-5 in the second period with 3 minutes remaining or so.
Yeah.
So it was looking like it was going to run away real fast. It was looking real bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, you never want. Look, you'll take a championship however you can take it in terms of like the San Jose State game with CBU. Like you won. Like that's awesome. If I'm them, I'm just a little bit like I always like to feel like I earned it, but win's a win, and everyone faced that risk of that altitude sickness. Could hit anybody. Maybe it was hitting San Jose State. It showed as much. Who knows?
They both arrived within about an hour of each other, and I only know that because my flight was like 4 hours delayed, so I arrived with them. So it's like, it's. So they had the same schedule. So it just, yeah.
What are you going to do? WCC, congratulations to San Jose State Spartans. We got a few friends there. Very, very happy for them and for their bid to the NCAA National Championship. You want to talk about the Big West a little bit?
Let's do it. Davis beats Santa Barbara in the semifinal. Long Beach beating San Diego. So the curse of the 1 seed doesn't bite them at that point. So they don't lose in their first game.
You gave it away, Wes.
Well, Long Beach defeats San Diego. And then Davis knocks out Long Beach, which we called this. Nobody thought it would happen.
Yeah. I mean, look, we had talked about Long Beach being very strong. They were obviously number 1 seed in their conference, and how Davis was consistent all season. Not necessarily the strongest team, but we would say, but like definitely the most consistent. But there are a few key players, and of course a coach. When you put that all together, they showed up.
Yeah, again, we've said it numerous times. Dan Layson is one of the best coaches in the country. When we went through his recruiting class, he was super high on these guys, and we hadn't heard of many of them. Their development over the course of the year, tremendous. Oriol Venus, Luca Palavra. Tommy Kiesling's in his second year as a sophomore, I think. Oleg Schott. There's some ballers on that team now, but we didn't know much about them then.
Right.
And I'll be honest, they took down a roster of a Long Beach roster that is loaded. Like, they are loaded, man. So crazy. But here we are. And that's what's up.
That's the way, and that's what's up.
That's what's up.
But look, we talked about UC Santa Barbara versus Davis in the semi. And Santa Barbara's success, we've noted, greatly hinges on how efficient can Zemanian be. If he gets hot, it's hard to beat Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
If he's not, might go the other way. And I think Zemanian was like 0 for 6 in that game.
Yeah.
Something like that. So Zemanian maybe a little bit off, but look, you can't discredit the Aggies defense and what they were able to do there. And just looking at the same thing for Long Beach, similarly, we might say the same thing for Francisco. When he's hot, it is hard to stop this Long Beach team. And I'm looking here, he was 2 for 8.
Yeah.
So not to say they didn't have other guys that could have filled that void.
Yeah.
They certainly have enough, but we see trends in what teams are able to do based on key performers. And that's why it went. Just kudos to Davis.
Yeah. Kudos to Davis. Again, not surprised at all. Like, they're good. So they win the automatic qualifier. We'll walk through again the NCAA bracket here at the end of this portion, but let's keep going. So you've got San Jose State. You've got Davis. Concordia took the D2 championship, which
congrats to Concordia.
Congrats to Concordia. Mid-Atlantic. George Washington beats Navy.
Yeah.
By
one, I think.
I don't know what the final was. You can look it up, but I know that they won because I watched the Fordham Navy George Washington game first half. Fordham beat Wagner, and then 4-4 tied, I think, at the end of the first. And then Fordham went. And they went. And so they beat George Washington. The Rams go back to back. And they're good. They're real good. They will break them down in a bit, but we'll see how it goes. We'll make our picks. We're not broadcasting the NC2As. It's the same weekend as Bob Mealy, so neither of us will be broadcasting that. So we can make all the picks we want, and people can hate us in the stands. I might be there. Clay won't be there. But Fordham over Wagner. Fordham over George Washington. Fordham takes another conference title. Andras Toth, the player of the year in the Mid-Atlantic, he had 126 goals as of the second quarter against George Washington. Can only imagine he added to that total. So he broke all records for Fordham and will continue to do so as the season marches on. And then you got Princeton, MIT. Princeton advances from there. Harvard, Brown. Harvard avenges last season's semifinal loss. They beat Brown, and then they go on to play Princeton in the final, and Princeton is the champion of the Northeast Water Polo Conference again. Congratulations to Dusty Litvack and the Tigers. They will get the 7 seed overall in the NC2A tournament. So Princeton defeats Harvard in the final of the Northeast Water Polo Conference. Good tournament. Congratulations to Princeton. Harvard got kind of that brown bear off their back, if you will, and Princeton beats Harvard. So there you go. And finally, the MPSF. USC, UCLA were already in, but they met in the finals anyway. USC, UCLA both winning their first round matchups. Thought Cal was going to beat UCLA, to be quite candid with you.
Didn't both Cal and Stanford have leads in their respective semifinals? Am I wrong in that?
I didn't watch the Stanford game versus USC,
Maybe I'm wrong.
but I don't know.
It's hard to watch every single one of these games, guys. So gotta.
Well, I was broadcasting at this time. I was able to watch, I think, part of the Cal UCLA game very early on. I think, or at least I saw the score. They were up at one point early on. UCLA looked tired to me. They definitely didn't taper. My guess is they treated it like preseason training this last week or two.
Yeah, what's this tournament to them? You know,
So, well, I'll tell you what it is.
What is
Because USC beat UCLA, they'll get the 1 seed. UCLA will get the 2, which means we'll walk the bracket later. Anyway, so USC wins their second, I think their second in a row MPSF conference tournament, at least since I've been paying attention to the MPSF. But again, they were both in, so there wasn't the same implication, which is why I think UCLA probably didn't. This happened last year. They were the 1 seed going in, and they didn't care. And I think they cared, but they didn't taper to get themselves right. So there's that. So Cal loses to UCLA. Stanford loses to USC.
Stanford was down. They came back and tied it.
Got it.
Then SC edged back up.
Yeah. Then Cal Stanford in the third match of the year between these two. To be candid with you, I thought Stanford was going to beat USC because I felt like they were playing that well. They didn't play exceptionally well. SC really keyed in on Botan. And we've talked about the holy trinity of Stanford ad nauseum between George and Forer and Botan, Balo. And when you eliminate one of those guys, the whole operation goes to crap. It just falls apart. So USC eliminated Botan. He was 0 for 4. And they had no answer. There's no answer for SC. They don't have the weapons outside of those three. They're just not that deep. USC has like 6 guys that can light you up. And that's pretty much it or 3 is pretty much it for Stanford. So when they leaned on Botan and he doesn't score in that game, there wasn't much answer from Stanford. At least a surge, if you will. Cal, having so many weapons, November 14th was the first day that Cal was fully healthy, that they had a full team to practice with. So they had 1 practice before their final regular season game of the year, which was against Stanford, as a full team. Then they play Stanford November 15th as their first game all year with a full team. So they played a grand total of 3 games this year with a full team, which is brutal. And you could see against UCLA how improved they were as a full team. You imagine only having 3 games to get chemistry with people and be like, now you're playing for your life. It's brutal.
Yeah.
It's brutal. So Cal takes on Stanford. They have a lead, and then they relinquish it. Stanford kind of exercises the demons in the fourth quarter. They take a lead in the early, I think late third, and then they don't relinquish it. And really happy to see that growth and improvement by Stanford. The ability to close a game out is a unique trait. You can have a lead in the fourth and lose it. Anybody can do that.
Well, Stanford knows that more than anybody.
Being able to close out a game is a different trait than leading. Being able to win is different than leading, to be very clear with you. And as Philip Filipovic said, some people just weren't made to be champions. And up until that point, Stanford just didn't look like they were ready for prime time. Now they look ready for prime time. They're closing games out. They're playing through that fourth quarter without the fourth quarter meltdowns that they've had in the past.
Can I call out the scores for like the last quarter and a half of that Cal Stanford game?
Yeah.
So Stanford was down. I'm looking at 9-6, 10-6. They're down 10-6 with 6 minutes remaining in the third.
Yeah.
4-goal deficit. 2 minutes into the third. Stanford crawls back 10-7, 10-8, 10-9, 10-10, 10-11 to end the third quarter. Then in the fourth quarter, 10-12. Cal scores 11-12. Stanford answers 11-13, 11-14, 12-14, 12-15. So just a complete reversal of what we've seen in games past of, just well done again, Stanford, for closing that. What a strong performance in the very last part of the game. That's been their bane, and now it's seemingly their strength.
Yeah, I mean, they do play a little bit better from behind because they play a little more free. Like, we got nothing to lose. We got to shoot the ball. So they play less restricted.
They were down 5-1 against USC in the semifinal, and they came back and tied it.
Yeah. So they're starting to figure out how to work themselves back.
Yeah.
Botan Balo.
Oh, but yeah. So he was shut out
7 of
in
9
the SC game.
Yeah, 7 of 9 shooting against Cal. So you have USC, UCLA, Stanford. You've got, let's just go to it, Clay. Let's just rock to it.
Let's just rock. I just want to rock.
You do? He just wants to rock, everybody. I can't find my... There it is. Oh, okay.
One of these days I'll get a soundboard.
There we go. I got to share this tab. Cool. So here's what we have. Let me zoom out a little bit here.
Yeah. There we go.
You got USC playing Concordia. USC getting the 1 seed after beating UCLA in the final. They'll play Concordia, the winner of the D2. San Jose State takes the 5. They'll play Fordham in the 4 matchup, a repeat of earlier this year. Stanford will take on Davis. That should be interesting. And I say that because Dan Layson has figured out how to drive Stanford nuts a little bit. He really gave them quite a bit the last time they played. Go back and watch that game. It's on overnight. You can mute it so you don't have to listen to me. But he made some adjustments and exposed Stanford in a couple of ways. I know he's licking his chops, so that should be a good game. Princeton, UCLA. Princeton, the Northeast champion. UCLA getting the 2 seed after being ranked 1 most of the season, but 2 losses to USC. And that moves USC deservedly in our mind, to the number 1 overall seed. We have said it, that if there is one team that can beat a Ryder Dodd-led team, this is the year for USC. This is the year. This team is loaded. And guys are stepping up all over the place. So, exciting. We will make our predictions on this next week going into the tournament. It is Thanksgiving week. So I want to give thanks to all of you. We will have an interview, and we will publish that interview Wednesday before Thanksgiving. We may do it Thursday. You can watch it during Thanksgiving dinner, since that's what I know all of you want to do.
Pull up your phones.
Yeah, we'll publish it before Thanksgiving, so you
watch it together, sync them together, play it from each of your devices.
Yeah,
so that we get a view for each viewing.
Yeah. So congratulations to all of these teams. A remarkable season. The most fun I've had in a long time covering water polo, seeing as we've only been covering water polo for 2 years.
In our 2-year tenure.
In our 2-year history. No, but it has been a great season. Very happy for everybody who's qualified. It's gonna be a fun end here. I think it'll. I'm excited for that San Jose State Fordham. We'll talk more about these matchups next week. Want to thank everybody for taking the time, for being supporters, for joining as members, for helping contributing to the cause, for saying hello when you see us in public, for just being kind in general. We love this. We love that we're able to bring this to you. It means a lot to us that it has an impact on our community. We hope we provide insightful and spirited debate about things, and realize that we love all these teams and these coaches who have all been very good to us, and provided us opportunities to get to know them and spend time with them. Thank you. It has been really, really amazing for us the last couple of years as this thing has grown. We are doing great work for water polo. Great work for water polo, not just here domestically, but abroad as well. So we'll continue to push this, and hopefully be a mainstay in your daily commute or listening. But thank you to everyone for all the support. I'll say it until I'm blue in the face. It really does mean the world to Clayton and myself. We talk all the time about how cool this is and the opportunity that we've had to be a part of your lives and bring this to people, because there just really wasn't anything else, and we really felt there was something that needed to be done. And we like to say the market has told us that this is something that we need to kind of keep doing.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. I don't know what else I can add to that.
Yeah. Don't forget, if you want to play in the Bob Neely Memorial Cup, hit up Clayton. Don't hit up me. Hit up Clayton, as he is now kind of the logistics operations manager of the Bob Neely Memorial Cup, doing a lot of heavy lifting, more so than I think we've ever had to do to get this thing off the going. So big thanks to you. That is in 2 weeks, December 6th and 7th in Orange County, the largest club-hosted men's and women's water polo event. Extremely high level of water polo that will take place there for all age groups. Should be a very competitive tournament. So I want to thank you for that. We will have an interview either tomorrow or the next day with Coach Brian Backrack and maybe somebody else, if we can convince somebody else to take time out of this crazy next couple of weeks just to chat with us. But congratulations again to all the teams. Thank you to the fans and the parents and the players out there who sent me nice messages and said hello. And again, thank you to just Clayton for doing this with us as we're coming to a close of another great season. It's really been amazing, Clay.
Amen. Likewise, brother.
All right, my man. Well, don't forget, life is short.
Score goals.
I love it. Have a great night, everyone. We'll talk soon.